Before getting into this video, I wanted to take a moment to address the correlation that this has. And here's the thing: when I made this video, I didn't even realize the connection that it had to what's going on right now following the killing of George Floyd. This video is really a technical exercise in taking an acoustic guitar song and transposing it to bass. It's not a statement at all. But the song choice was kind of surprising how relevant it is. I chose the song Blackbird by the Beatles. And for those that don't know, Paul McCartney wrote that song as a statement of hope to the black community in the late 1960s as part of the civil rights movement. I found it really striking that, over 50 years later, we're still fighting for the same thing. Even if you don't watch the video for the music piece, which I understand, not everyone's a musician, not everyone's interested in that. I wanted to make sure that this message and the importance of understanding the meaning behind the song and how it can still be relevant today is out there, and hopefully, everyone at least sees this part of the message, even if you don't watch the video, because, like I said, the video is more of a technical exercise. The video itself is not a statement piece. It's just it really struck me when I realized the connection that was there. I wanted to share that with the world, and if my message and someone reevaluating the lyrics of the song or whatever it is, if there's just any way to just make one or two people rethink what they believe and realize that the Black Lives Matter movement is a movement about peace and love and acceptance and equality, which unfortunately there's a lot of people that don't understand that, and it's mind-boggling. And so hopefully someone sees this and maybe has a realization of what's really going on and what this is all about. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. What's up, everyone? I am Tim Oates on bass, and in this video, I'm going to be transcribing an acoustic guitar song over to bass. Today we're going to be taking a song that is traditionally just done with a single acoustic and vocals and transcribing it over to bass. And I've done this before. I've actually done it with this song. The reality is I forgot about it. I did this a number of years ago, and it was actually a really cool arrangement. I was playing with some other people, so there was a singer and a guitar player. But I actually forgot about it. The song came on the radio recently. I heard it, and it totally reminded me that I had done this previously. But I've actually forgotten the arrangement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate it now, show you kind of the process of how I look at the original scoring and transcribe it over to bass, and hopefully it'll work out. The song is actually Blackbird by the Beatles. So I'm going to not play the original song. Hopefully everyone's heard it. If not, go check it out. But the Beatles are notorious for copyright issues with YouTube videos. So hopefully I can get through without getting any copyright claims. So let me walk you through the tab real quick. So this is the original finger picking style and all the tab laid out. I'm not going to be doing this exact style, and the reason is because it's just going to be too muddy. There's too much going on. Going through here, there's kind of chordal formations that are formed, even though it's finger picking, so there's not a lot of chords playing fully, but they create chord sounds. What I did is I took all of those for the song, tracked them over to another tab, and just kind of laid out what the individual chords would sound like. So just to give you an example. So you can see it kind of creates this MIDI chord sound, but it goes through and plays just the chords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transcribe them, and I have a blank bass tab here ready to go, and I'm just going to fill in as I go through, and then I'll play it through. But it'll take a little bit of time. So what I'll do is I'm just going to get started, and I'll kind of walk you through, and then we'll just fast forward a little bit to the end, and you can hear the final product. So the intro is very quick. It's just 4 chords. So let's go ahead and lay that out. So first chord here, this is just a G. One thing is I'm going to try to avoid playing this open G that rings out through everything. So with the way the finger picking style is that open G is always rolling through. And the reason is because the song is actually in G. So that's kind of the drone note keeping it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to save that open G for some sort of a weird finger combination where just I can't get as much of a stretch. That means open B is the next one, which would be here. All right, so that is the first one. All right, so that would be... Okay. All right, next one we have an A minor 7. And then... Yeah. I can do this two ways. I can do it with the open A, and then that C, that's giving us the minor. And the minor is probably more important than the 7 sounds. That makes sense. I'm actually going to do it in the closed position. And the reason is because just knowing the song, I know that it climbs through, and switching between closed and open, it'll probably be easier for me to go through and just have everything fretted the whole time. So that is good. Next. Okay, next is G over B. Bass note's going to be this B here, and then maybe that D. Okay. All right, sounds right. Okay, and then then it jumps up to a G but an octave up. G and then the B. Alright, that is it. So 15 and 16. And this we'll just do as a whole note. So even though here I have it laid out as 2 half notes, this is just more for kind of the pacing of the song. But on bass, probably just do it as a whole note, let it ring out. Because the idea is there would be singing underneath this as well, and we want to give it enough space. Here's what I do. I'm going to go through this. I'll fast forward. If anything interesting pops up, I'll stop and let you know. But otherwise, I'm going to go finish this out and show you the final product here. Well, for you, it'll be really quick. It'll be bzz, bzz. All right, so I got everything transcribed. I've been playing along while I've been transcribing. I'm going to try to play it through, and hopefully it sounds okay.
All right, so that is Blackbird transcribed over to bass. I love exercises like this. I think they're a great way to challenge yourself a little bit differently as a bass player. Obviously, a bass line like that wouldn't go underneath the song. If you could get it clean enough, you probably could do it live as just something a little bit different. It's certainly short enough that you wouldn't lose people's attention. The real beauty in that exercise is it helps you to understand better chordal theory, and that's really where you can shine as a bass player, is by being able to follow along with some non-standard chords, right? Like if your guitar player is doing something that's not just power chords and things like that, really adding some complexity and some color to the chord choices. If you're able to, as a bass player, understand the chordal structure and understand what in the chords are driving the melody, what's driving the harmony, all of those things, you're able to then write a better bass line. You're able to provide better support. And that's really what exercises like this are about. It's about understanding the chords a little bit better. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. Ring the little bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And of course, if you have any thoughts or comments or feedback or any of that stuff, make sure to leave a comment. I need to know what's on your mind. You keep making beautiful music, and I will see you in the next video.